All right, peace, y'all. Hope y'all having a good Sunday. We 7 days a week. We're 7 days a week. Mute this out. Yeah, ain't no breaks. Right now, we're in a season of growth, mentally, spiritually, more importantly, financially. I always say we don't have enough conversations about finances in our culture and in our community. I'm not that brother. We're not that organization. Let's talk about getting some money 7 days a week, because 7 days a week, I don't know about you, but me personally, something is going out the door. I had to do some supermarket run, make a run to the supermarket today and do some shopping for the week. Money out the door. I have small, well, they're not too small, but I have two children, mouths to feed. They're constantly hungry. Money out the door on a daily basis. And if we don't focus on, I'm in business for myself. There's no 9 to 5 that's going to pay me. So I'm 7 days a week. I'm on top of things, and I live in New York. And enough is never enough. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care what kind of month you have. It's always something coming next. So let's get to the money. Let's have daily conversations about money and how we can position ourselves to capitalize on things as they happen, right? If you're not on that type of time, we may not be the group for you, because that is exactly the type of time that we're on. We want to keep it coming in, just like they keep it coming in and digging into your pockets. I want to keep it coming in, at least positioning ourselves, or talk about position ourselves to take advantage of opportunities when they come along. And today, I did live yesterday about the Michigan auction. I'll start with that. We're not going to stay too long on that Michigan auction. I'm going to move from that and talk about some other things. We're going to talk about bigger money today, right? But the Michigan auction, I have to plug that. I'll add that to the stage. The Michigan auction is right around the corner. I did a post today. I gave you a view of one deal, just one. There's thousands of deals inside of that auction. I did a post today giving you a bird's eye view of some of the deals that's in the auction. It was a house. Opening bid was $4,400. If you didn't see the post, you can go on our wall and see the post. Opening bid on it was $4,400. The house was worth $67,000, just the home alone, and it sat on 20 acres. Now, if, like I said, I don't know where you stay, but if you live in Michigan, if you're close to that address, right, that will be prime for you, especially when we're dealing with houses. Even if you're not from there, you're talking about opening bid $4,400. Now, I'm totally transparent with everything that I bring to you. Totally transparent about it. Will it stay at $4,400? Absolutely not. It's 20 acres and a rebuilt home. It won't stay at $4,400. People are going to bid on it. Do I know how high it's going to go? Absolutely not. I don't know what ever a bid is going to do. People may not bid on it. This is how we come across certain deals. People may not be interested in it. I never know. I'm the reporter that has the information to point you in the right directions. There's thousands of deals that come in and go out of that auction. All right. So that training is Monday evening. Comment the word Michigan to get yourself into that training. Let me see if I can grab the link for everybody that's on YouTube. Let me see if I can grab that link. I'll post the link for you to get yourself signed up. In fact, I want to do something. I got good energy right now. I want to take it a step further, right? If you're hearing this, I want you to text 1-877 250 7778, and I may have a discount. This is a paid training. I just want you to know that this is not a free training. Occasionally we do free trainings. This one is not a free training. This is a paid training. If you're going to I'll disclose the price. I don't want you to be surprised about nothing. It's $97 for the training. But if you're letting $97 stop you from getting or positioning yourself to learn about this training, if you've never done this, if you know how to do it, you don't need me. If you don't know how to do it, then you probably need me. That's just how it is. So if you need me, there's a fee on this one. We do several things for free, but this one is not. It'll be $97 for this training. I'm going to explain to you everything you need to know how to participate in this auction. All right, I just dropped it on Facebook and YouTube. You can click that link. That'll take you over to that training. But because you're on this live with me right now on a Sunday, if you text 1-877-250-7778, I may have something special I could do for you on that price. All right. Only if you text that number and ask for it, we can do something even better than that $97. All right. So text that number and let's see how we can get you going. Now, that's the Michigan auction. That's coming up. I can't stress that enough. And I'll say it again. This is one of the best auctions out there. My community, we wait all year for it to happen. It lasts 2-3 months, sometimes 3 months. Then after the third month or the 2.5 month, they do something where they have a repository to where they open up the bids at a whopping $100. Do you need money for this auction? Absolutely, you need money for this auction. I'm tired of dealing with cheap ass people who complain about not having money and want everything for free. This is not for you. Real estate is not for you. If you want it to be free, it is not for you. The Acre Boys are not for you. We've done the best we possibly can to find some of the most inexpensive deals for the inexpensive crowd. Today, I'm going to move away from the inexpensive crowd, and we're going to talk bigger money today. I can't keep catering and servicing that message to people who are not going to do anything anyway. Because what we find is the ones that have the money, they don't ask us some of this or hassle us down with all these questions. They see the value, they pay. They go for it. The ones that don't have the money, they got 10,000 questions and still do nothing. So I'm moving away from that audience. I'm moving to the audience that sees the value, that sees the effort that we put out to bring this information. Because it may not be physical dollars, but there's time and effort that goes in right now. This time and effort on my Sunday to talk to you about how you can make money. So I'm moving away from that, the free 99 crowd, the woke and broke crowd. Yeah, I said it. I'm moving away from you in fast. Let's move on to something else I want to talk to you about. 4 new people. This came across my feed today, my Facebook feed. It said, your memories on Facebook from 5 years ago. Here's a lot that we sold 5 years ago. I don't know what we paid. We've sold and we bought and sold a lot of properties. But the point of this image that I wanted to say is get started, right? This could be your 5th year anniversary, and we're past 5 years. We're like on our 8th year. But the point that I wanted to make is get started. Don't worry about having it all figured out on the front end. This will be improper, right? Get all the information you can get and get started, because these deals change. When I came in the game, we were buying properties for $50. Can you buy properties for $50 now? Absolutely. But are they readily available right now? No, they're not. When I came in, they were thousands of $50 properties. I had to pick up the litter, and we were able to go and comb through $50 properties and sell them for anywhere between $1,800 on the low end and $3,800 was the highest that we sold a $50 property for. And this was running rampant at that time. So I put this picture up there to say, get started, because things change. This Michigan auction that we just mentioned, it may not be the same style of auction 2 years from now, 3 years from now. Things change. So you have to get involved. If this makes sense to you, Get involved. What are you waiting for? You'll catch me on the next live. Oh, you meant to do it. Still ain't done it yet. Get involved. If it's not with my community, do it on your own. I could care less. I'm just telling this culture, get involved, because I know other people are taking advantage of this. That's all that I'm saying. How do I know? Because I come from that group. I come from a group of another culture that taught us this. And I know what they're doing to this day inside of this space. Don't take my word. Do a Google search. Go to ChatGPT and find out who's last when it comes to land ownership and why. Why are we last? Make that make sense to me. But we're first when it comes to spending on shit that doesn't really do nothing for nobody. Let's have a real conversation today. We're first at spending. But when it comes to something that could actually move the needle and have some substance behind it, we're last. Now you got a group of brothers that come along, the Acre Boys, that talk all this land investing. We did the work for you. We did the heavy lifting for you. I'm pointing you in the right direction of what auction is good, what auctions do what. Who said it? Tyrese, what more do you want from me? You want me to give you the money? I offered money. I offer money for deals. We're going to get into that. We offer money for deals. The name of this was called, Are You Looking for Investors? We'll give you the money for deals, but I won't give you money for your education. That won't happen. You have to, you don't go to college and say, give me the money in the education. It won't happen over here. The same way I had to go and foot my bill for my education and put the effort in. This didn't happen overnight. We didn't wake up one day and have all this wealth of knowledge inside of the land space. This was trial and error. When it was the little land buyers and it wasn't Acre Boys, before stuff didn't start to take off on social, we were up day and night. A lot of time has been put into this. And I expect the same for people that come behind me. Put your work in. Does it work? Absolutely it worked. Nobody can't tell me different. If it didn't work for you, you didn't wait. You didn't make it work. But if it could work for the millions and millions and millions of other people that it's been working for, it works. So let's talk about how we can get some money. Bigger money. That's tax deeds, right? I don't want to focus on tax deeds right now. I want to focus on bigger money. So let's look at, I lied. I'm back to tax deeds. I do want to show you this. I'm back to tax deeds. What you're looking at on the screen here are tax deeds. And this is not Michigan. This is another place that we've been screaming you could buy land for $1,500. This is my Facebook marketplace. This is what I have. The top 4 things. If you come to if you had the privilege to see my Facebook marketplace page, you would see this is the latest 4 properties that we listed. These 3 tax deeds. At the top here, these are 3 tax deeds. At the bottom, this is a director-owner deal. And we're going to talk about all 3. These 3 tax deeds, which I have more, I believe in total we have 8 of these properties. We paid less than $1,500 for all of them. You can see what they're listed at. I paid $1,500 and it's listed at $13,000, $13,000, $19,000. And I got like 4 more of these. Have they sold yet? No, they haven't sold yet, but they will sell. I'm into it for $1,500. Now, if I got them listed for $13,000, you can see this is scratched out here. I started at $18,000. I dropped it to $13,000. Right? Why? Because I like moving properties fast. How do we move properties fast? We find a sweet spot and make the price attractive. And I'll drop it till I find the price. I'm only in at $1,500. Me, myself, I have a number that I have in mind. The number that I have in mind for me, my breaking point is like $7,500. and I'm comfortable. If once I get that or anything higher, I'm out of the deal. I don't have a problem paying 15 and selling for 75. I just made a quick 5,500 on each of them. I just said we have like 7 of them. You do the math. Anything higher than that is just a plus. $1,500. These are tax deeds. I put you in front of this list right here to this day. I can put you in front of this list, and it's a plethora of these. And I keep saying get involved, because if you were involved when the list first come out, you'll find the cream of the crop of the list. I can tell you, I know for a fact, there's people that all they do is pick off of these 2 lists right here, and they make over $200,000 a year. Now, they probably have more money coming out the gate, so I'm not telling you you're gonna make $200 a year, but do the math. It's simple. If they're going for $1,500, I'm telling you, because I personally know they don't sell less than anything for $5,000. So 15, let's just say if you got it all wrong, right? Let's just say you got it all wrong. And they're selling on the low end for $5,000. You're still making a profit of $3,500. Go and buy another one. Or if you bought 5 of these at a time, just start to do the math. For me, my number is 7,500. I'm not letting them go for less than 7,500. So 7,500 times, you just see 3. I have more, but let's just deal with the 3 that you see. That's 1,421. That's like $23,000, and I'm less than $5,000 there on tax deeds, on something that I sit back behind a computer desk. I don't leave my house. Something I comb through a list, and I find good properties. That's tax deed 101. Am I sitting here telling you that this is easy? Well, it all depends on who we're dealing with. It all depends on how much experience you have. It may seem overwhelming to you. That's why we push education. And I'll be totally transparent. When I got involved, it was a little overwhelming for me. I didn't just get involved in this and was at the peak of the game and know what I was doing. No, it was overwhelming until it wasn't. If you have the same kind of mentality that I have, I'm a go-getter. I have a no-quit attitude. I'm a winner attitude. This has to work or this has to work. I was determined to figure it out. And luckily, I was smart enough to pay for mentorship. So anything that I didn't know, I would call on the mentors. They would fill in the blanks. Now I know. And if you look at this one on the bottom, this is a direct-to-owner deal. This is why I like direct-to-owner deals, because they're bigger. The money is bigger. You see it's listed for $137,000. We only paid $52,000 for it. So that's like close to $90,000 potentially on the deal. So that's why we focus more so on those deals, because it supersedes these tax deals. But you need some money. You have to have some income. This is real estate. You have to have money to invest. It's the same thing with stocks or the crypto market. If you put a little in, you may get a little out. The more you put in, you stand a chance at scoring bigger. But if you ain't not playing the game at all, you don't stand a chance at scoring nothing. So I said on here that we're going to talk about, she said, I missed the number, 1-877-250-7778. Text that number if you are attending the Michigan training on Monday night. That training is $97. If you text that number for you being on this live on a Sunday, I can do something with the price. Something better than the $97 if you follow instruction and text that number. All right. So I said this live was going to be about investors. So there's a lot that we talk about when it comes to investors. First of all, we're investors. Second of all, we use investors, right? We invest sometimes with our own money. Sometimes we invest using other people's money. It just depends on the situation. It just depends on the deal, right? For us, the smart way that we play the game is we try to keep all our money in house for it to be used as working capital, because it costs for us to send mail out through the door. It costs, that is our lead generation, sending out offers to buy land. That is our lead generation. It costs. So we send out a lot of offers so we can get a lot of responses. The more responses, the higher chance we are at of landing deals, right? So it costs. So we like to keep that as the working capital. And we like to lean on investors for their capital, because why? Because it takes time to sell land. So if we want to do something that's called deal stacking. I'm not looking for one deal. I'm looking for several deals during the course of 1 month. Make sense? I want to close out on as many as deals as I can in 1 month. Now, if I'm using all of my money, that's going to, it's going to put some pressure on your bank or your bank account. So luckily for us, we have heavy backing from investors, and it allows us to just go and find deals, because we're still 50-50 partners on the deals. Now, this is what we do for our community. This is what we say we do for you. You bring me a deal, I'll give you the money. Now we're 50-50 locked in on the deal. But most people, they are unaware of the kind of deals that we're looking for. I'm not looking for deals that's on the market. I'm not looking for deals that's on Zillow. I can do that myself. I'm looking for off-market deals that's not listed. That's why I want to show you how we go about doing it, so you'll know what I'm looking for. Then I want to give you the money. Why do you want to give them the money, Ray? Because I have more deal flow at that point. If I can show you on this call how to bring me a deal, I have more business partners, and that increases my deal flow. Now I don't have to go out. You may be looking in Kansas for deals. I don't work in Kansas. Somebody else may be in Pennsylvania. I don't per se focus on Pennsylvania, although I have bought in Pennsylvania. And I've done a deal or two in Kansas, but that's not an area that I hyper focus on. That may be your area. That may be your stomping ground. So now if I have somebody bringing me something that works Kansas, somebody that's bringing me something that works Pennsylvania, I'll work my 3 areas that I like to focus on. Now I have all of these deals coming in at one time. That's the investor part of it. And that's why we say, once you're in and you have the education and don't have the money, we'll put the money up for you, because it's mutual benefit. We both stand to gain something. In fact, you don't assume any risk. I'm giving you the money. If the deal doesn't sell, it doesn't go on your credit report. If it doesn't sell, you walk away. I'm on the hook for the money. So, example, community members, let's just use young man Desmond. Desmond closed out on a deal where he made $50,000. So if he made $50,000, that means the person that gave him the money, which was us, made $50,000 as well, because it's a 50-50 split. Meaning that whatever, I don't remember what the numbers was on the deal, but let's just say I think we paid $100,000 for it. No, not 100. We paid $50,000 for it. We sold it for, I don't know, whatever it was. I don't remember the numbers. The deal is kind of old now. It happened a couple of months ago. But we made $100,000 on the deal. He got 50 and we got 50. Did he come out of his pocket? Nope. Nope. And as far as investing, right? If you want to use this same strategy, do we partner with those kind of investors? Sure. Like somebody hit us today and say, I have the money. I have money. I don't know if they got a lawsuit, whatever. I need to put it to use. You can become an investor. We'll pitch deals to you if you have the money. We'll pitch the deals to you. We'll find them. We'll do all the homework. And I always say when I'm partnering with people like that, I don't want to overwhelm a situation. Let's do one deal. See how that deal goes, then let's do two. See how that deal goes, then let's do three. And then time you'll build a working relationship. Roger Golden said, I'm in Michigan. If you're in Michigan, brother, you should participate in the Michigan auction. A lot of deals out there. I hope some of this stuff, what I'm saying, I hope some of this stuff makes sense, because we get a lot of people, a lot on the DM, on the check-in. I appreciate all the love. I truly do. But I want to see you get involved. That's truly what I want to see. What if we had a whole community of land investors? We got across all social platforms, I don't know, 400, 500,000 followers. What if just a half of that, everybody was land investors? Would the community be doing better? I think so. All right. She says she texts a number looking for a response. Somebody will respond to you if you text that number. But that's what's set to happen on tomorrow evening. That will go down tomorrow evening, that Michigan auction. Me and my partner will be on there. I will be breaking down all the steps for the Michigan auction and how you can get involved. I'll be breaking all of that stuff down. Personally, I'll show you how we evaluate things. Everything. I'll show you how to position yourself to stand a chance and some of the best practices to use when you're dealing with that kind of auction. I'll tell you what style of auction it is. Everything you need to know about the auction will be broken down. Comment the word Michigan if you're on Instagram. The link should be, I'll drop it again if you're on YouTube. I'll drop it again to refresh, or if you're on Facebook, there's the link to join that training for tomorrow evening. Get involved. It's a 3-month auction. There's a lot of deals there. If you ever wanted to do, some people joined last year just so they can sit through an auction and see if it was for them. I don't know what your plan is, but either way, whatever you decide to do, it won't bother me, because the auction is going to happen August 1st. Whether you're there, whether I'm there, it will go down August 1st. And it'll just be something that you heard and didn't participate in. That's it. All right. So enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Text 1-877-250-7778. I can do something for that $97 price for the Michigan auction. Only if you text, and don't tell anybody who's not on this live, because if it doesn't come through that text, there will be nothing offered besides the $97. All right. Peace, love.